In this episode 39 of the Daily Hustle Show, we talk about taking action, building your business muscles for taking action, and we honor Greg Ostertag, the big man for the Utah Jazz.
Broadcasting from the box that rocks and Thrive15.com world headquarters, it's the Daily Hustle with Daniel McKenna.
What is going on, guys? It is episode 39 of the Daily Hustle Show. Sitting over to my left, as always, Marshall F. Morris. Sitting over here, Daniel McKenna. And today we are talking about just doing it. It is episode 39. It is the Greg Ostertag episode, Marshall. That makes it a very special episode.
It is a very special episode.
Greg Ostertag, for the people at home that don't know who Greg Ostertag is, he was a 7'2", 280. Played at the University of Kansas, used to lead them in shot blocking, then played for the Jazz most of his career, played for the Kings for a year. Never really even played like starters minutes.
No.
He just had like a 12-year career, solid career, big guy.
Role player.
1 year he wore the number 39. I don't know why. The rest of his years he wore 00, but there's not very many people that wore that wore 39.
Or 00.
Or 00. And this is episode 39, so we're going to dedicate this one to Greg Ostertag.
Okay.
Special episode.
Very special.
Today, Marshall, we are talking about just doing it. And not letting your motivation create your routine, but letting your routine create your motivation. All right, Marshall. The entrepreneur's creed here, we've talked about in previous episodes, is to define, act, measure, and refine. Define, act, measure, refine. That's the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk about, because you brought this up. You said this is something that the people at home needed to hear.
The people.
You work with a double baker's dozen of clients on a regular basis. You said this is something that people at home need to hear. This is the feedback you're getting.
Yeah.
Talk about letting your motivation creating your routine as opposed to letting your routine create your motivation.
Yeah. So we talked about the promotion without process before, okay? But we just kind of glazed over it, but now we're getting deep, okay?
Yep, let's dive deep.
Okay, and so what I hear a lot from a lot of different entrepreneurs is a couple different mindset, one of which can be very frustrating for you in the long term, okay? Because you hear a lot of entrepreneurs, they'll say, once I become successful, once I have earned money, once I have hired the new person, then I will do X, okay? So once I have money, then I will manage my finances correctly. Or once I hire the new person, I will start holding all of my employees accountable.
Okay.
Once I reach success, then I will start living my life differently, okay? And so the point is that you can't let your motivation, okay, that thing that you're working towards, then dictate your routine, okay? Rather, you have to do the routine and let the progress of doing the routine create that motivation. If you're waiting for the motivation or you're waiting for the catalyst, okay, you're waiting for something to happen, waiting for that trigger to happen to actually start taking action, it's never going to happen, okay? Because that in and of itself is an excuse. And if you will see that is an excuse, you will always continue to replace that excuse, okay? And so that's what we're talking about here today.
The famous Nike slogan, just do it, from Nike. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody that's heard of Nike, everybody that's been in sports has heard of this slogan. Just do it. And sometimes I think that you hear the same phrase over and over and over enough to where you kind of lose the meaning of it. You just hear the phrase, the catchphrase, but you don't really think about what is it they're actually talking about.
Yeah.
To you, Marshall, what does the just do it? What is that campaign? What is that all about?
Just do it, in my mind, means take action. Just go after it. And along the way, you'll figure it out. But in order to get started, you have to take action. You have to just do it. Okay? And if you're waiting for something to happen or waiting for somebody else to do it for you, it's never going to happen. So you have to just do it.
So to me, the whole Just Do It Nike campaign is all about Let's say I wanted to be the best. I want to be the best guard on my team. Okay, just do it. What does that mean? That means I've got to put in the work to become the best guard on my team. Well, what are the steps that I need to take to do that? Well, I probably need to run more. I probably need to lift more. I probably need to shoot more. I probably need to study film more. I probably need to work on my ball handling more. It's just do it.
Mm-hmm.
These are, you know, the action steps. You probably know the action steps that you need to take in your business. You probably know some of the things you need to do today to continue moving your business along down the path. And now it's time to just do it.
I would say more entrepreneurs than not can think of, if they're posed this question, okay, can think of 2 or 3 items. What is it that you need to do right now in your business to improve it? I would say most people, regardless of having a business coach, having been to business school, having some kind of ongoing mentorship, they know something that they need to do right now, okay? And they need to do those things. Now, I'm not saying this will get you to the ends of the earth and this will provide you, unlimited success.
Sure.
Because I do believe that there's people that we work with on an ongoing basis that they need to be helped with what is the path. But I would say in order to create that momentum, most people know what the first 2 steps are, okay? Most athletes, okay, given their position or their skill, they know if they need to get better at shooting, what do they probably need to do? They probably need to go to the gym.
1.
Put up 500 shots a day.
2.
And it's as simple as that. You want to be a better shooter? Go to the gym, put up more shots. Dan, if you're saying, I want to be faster,
yeah,
what do you probably need to do?
Probably need to run more.
Probably need to run more.
Probably need to run harder.
And so I think there's this maybe illusion of it's a complicated process, but it's not. It's just complicated. We make it complicated so we don't have to just do it.
I think the shooting analogy you used was a good one too, because NBA players, even really good shooters than NBA players, have their own shooting coaches.
Yeah.
They're people that have put up tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of shots over their career, and they want to tweak it just a little bit more and just get a little bit more out of it. Mm-hmm. But they never let themselves not start shooting without getting the shooting coach.
That's right.
They can now afford to have somebody they pay a ton of money to just tweak their elbow a little bit and just tweak their wrist a little bit and get underneath. They can do that now.
Yeah.
But when they were getting into the game, when they're becoming good at this game, they didn't let that stop them. They put up a ton of shots all the time, all day long, got good enough to where they're now at like a professional level.
Yeah.
And now they have the resources available to do more things. So in your business, don't let not having an expert on your team stop you from doing something. Start now. And then when you have resources, when you start going along the way, get that expert to help you on your team. Or if you don't know where to start at all, find somebody right now that knows what to do. Mm-hmm. Find somebody right now that knows what to do. If you don't know how to do Facebook ads, find somebody that knows how to do Facebook ads. If you don't know how to do search engine optimization, go out today and find someone that can do search engine optimization. Don't sit at home and think, man, we really need to get better at Google, and then don't do anything about it.
Yeah. There's some people that are like, I know I need to run Facebook ads. My ideal, I've heard you guys on the Daily Hustle talk about Facebook ads. I know I need to do it. But I don't know how to do it, so therefore I can't do it. Well, okay, that's all right. We'll help you through it. We'll help you get better at it. But even if we teach you how to do it, teaching you how to do it doesn't help you actually do it. So just do it, and for the low price of $5 a day, you can begin, crash coursing your way through learning it, and then everything that we're teaching you will make sense.
That's right. We're going to talk about how doing it can create the momentum. You want some motivation. You want some motivation to get out there and learn how to do Facebook ads. You want motivation to learn SEO, to learn about your customers. Talk about using the doing it to create momentum there. We talked about it a little bit, but talk about that more in depth, how starting to do something, whatever it is that you know to do, if it's Googling articles, if it's buying a book on the subject, if it's finding an expert, talk about the doing it and how that can create momentum for you.
So check this out. This either can be really profound or really dumb.
I'm ready.
But action or inaction, you are creating a habit every day for one of those. So every day that you don't take action on a specific thing on your to-do list, you're making it easier and easier and easier to never take action on that item. Now, if you're taking action and you're doing it because it's just an item on your to-do list, it's not emotional, it's just on my list, so therefore I have to do it. You do it the first day, then you do it the second day, then you do it the third day. The fourth day, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you create this habit, and therefore you get a momentum going. And what you'll find is if you're constantly making strides in one area of your life, it actually is easy to take that momentum from this area and translate it over here to this area. And so you have this mojo going, and you can actually lend momentum from different areas of your life. And because you are taking action, you become a creature of habit and a creature of action. Okay. So that's why you have to use the doing it as the momentum, which will fuel that motivation for actually getting to that end result.
I've heard it talked about how entrepreneurs need to practice execution.
Yeah.
And it's just what you're talking about. They need to practice actually doing things. Even if it's not, if your big goal is to sell $1 million deal, okay, well, practice selling the $10 deals. Practice selling the $20 deals.
Yeah.
Getting that momentum.
Yeah.
And I've got another analogy here for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
This one's better than the prison one I had the other day.
Okay. Prison one, I had to stretch my mind.
Yeah, I was trying to help you stretch your mind.
Okay.
And that's what that was all about.
Thank you.
But this one's a better one. Let's say that your business right now, you are a skinny 130-pound dude who sees people that are bodybuilders, and you're like, yeah, that's what I want to do. That's sweet. I want to be a bodybuilder. I want to be huge. I want to be just huge. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, creating those actions, those first steps of going to the gym, that's your first step, right?
Yeah.
Does it feel good? If you're actually trying building muscle,
No.
It feels terrible.
Yeah.
Okay. Start putting on some weight. Start putting on some muscle. Start eating a little bit different.
Yeah.
Start putting on some weight. Now, don't you have to, along this journey, don't you have to continue working out so hard it hurts?
Yeah.
Don't you have to continue lifting more weight than before?
Yeah.
Don't you have to continually fine tune your diet and fine tune maybe your sleeping patterns and fine tune but the start is you go to the gym. You start picking up weights that are heavier than you normally do. Mm-hmm. And then you continue to make yourself hurt just a little bit more, a little more pain, a little more gain, a little more pain, a little more gain. It's the same thing for your business.
You're talking about the pain. It's like a real pain. It's not like an emotional pain. It's physically hurts.
It physically does not feel good.
I am 6'7". There have been points in my life when I have grown a lot very quickly, and it hurts. It physically hurts.
Yeah.
And you talk to some of these very, very tall people that have grown very quickly over time, 6'9", 6'10". There's periods of growth hurts. Whether it be height, whether it be strength, whether it be your business, there's going to be some discomfort along the way. Might have to fire somebody.
Yep.
Okay. Might have to cut somebody's pay.
Yeah.
Might have to do something that's not favorable to all of your customers.
Yeah.
Some of this growth hurts, but most entrepreneurs, okay, I would say shy away from that discomfort, and the uber successful ones embrace that discomfort and know that that's part of the process.
And when it's your business, it's more of a mental pain and an emotional pain maybe, and not a physical pain.
That's right.
So it's becoming mentally strong enough to always be taking action.
Yeah. Now, you can't wait till you're mentally strong enough, because what strengthens your mind? The pain.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it's a process. So exactly like you said, is you got to start by just selling the $10 deals.
Right.
Okay? You don't have to immediately start selling $1,000 deals right out of the gate. Okay? Mm-hmm. But build up to that. Okay? Whatever it is that you can do right now, start doing it. Just do it.
I've got some good quotes here for you, Marshall.
I'm ready.
Got some good quotes here. This is for the maybe at home, maybe you're the business guy, maybe you're the entrepreneur guy that isn't 100% sure you can pull it off. Maybe you've got this idea, you've got this dream, you've got this thing you want to do, but you're not totally convinced that you can pull it off.
Okay.
This is Dale Carnegie. He says, inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit at home and think about it. Go out and get busy.
Hot sizzle.
Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. Marshall, have you seen this before with some people you've worked with, or maybe along your own journey here? Have you seen anything like this where if you're thinking about it, the more you think about it, the less it seems like a good idea, and the more you think about it, it seems like it's harder now than it was before when you were excited about it, as opposed to like if you just start doing it, then you start thinking that you can do it.
Mm-hmm. I would say you just need to make a decision to do it or not to do it. But whatever the decision is, make it intentional and stick to it. So I'm not telling everybody to just like go out and roughshod just, all right, we're spending $1,000 on Facebook because I'm doing it.
Right.
Okay. That's not prudent. But once you have all of the facts, either decide to do it or not decide to do it and push it out of your mind after that.
Define what it is that you're supposed to do.
Yep.
Act on it.
Mm-hmm.
Measure those results. Find out, okay, I acted. What happened?
Yeah.
Refine it based on those results, and then do it again.
That's right.
For the rest of your career.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another one here. This is Thomas Jefferson. This is for if you're not even really sure what to do, or maybe like who you are as a business, who you are as a business person. He says, do you want to know who you are? Don't ask, act. Action will delineate and define you. What's he talking about here, Marshall? What is Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers of the country, what is he talking about here?
What he's saying is that people will see your actions more than they will hear your words. Okay? So if people want to learn about you, chances are more people will see what you do than listen to what you say. Okay? You don't have the opportunity to talk and communicate and exchange with everybody.
Okay.
But people will see what you're doing either through your friends or your family or your associates or your clients. They will see the product of your action and therefore pass judgment on you based on your action.
Let's go to maybe he wasn't a businessman, but he was just only known as one of the most legendary artists of all time, Pablo Picasso. I mean, if you have rappers still talking about your paintings in their songs,
oh wow,
you probably affected, not only pop culture, but what you did. Lasting legacy, Picasso here. He says, action is the foundational key to all success. He's a dude that painted and drew for 80 years. And they just ask him, well, how'd you do it? Action is the foundational key to all success.
That's very straightforward.
How about the main man, Tony Robbins?
Mm-hmm.
Some people love him, some people hate him. Tony Robbins. We've discussed on previous episodes. At the very least, he's very successful, and at the very least, he has massive amounts of emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you love him or hate him, those two things are true.
That's true.
The path to success is to take massive, determined actions. That's weird. It sounds a lot like what these other guys are saying. Sounds like what Picasso and Thomas Jefferson and Dale Carnegie. Sounds like that's what they're all saying too.
Mm-hmm.
So why are all these super successful, famous for what they do people, why are they all saying the same exact thing here, Marshall?
Because the action, the execution, that is the hardest part. Innovation comes a dime a dozen. I remember there was some Gary Vaynerchuk video that talks about if he and the group of students that he was talking to just sat in a room and for the next 4 hours just innovated, they could probably come up with all of the innovations for the next 100 years. Just innovate. Just
brainstorm. What if this did this?
Yeah.
What if that did that?
Could come up with all of the groundbreaking ideas for the next 100 years.
If they just sat there and did it.
Yeah, just innovated.
Okay.
Now, do you know how hard it is to execute just one of those ideas? what we need more of is just people that execute and take action. Okay. And so with that, okay, one of the groundbreaking ideas that we had 20 years ago was, wouldn't it be cool if we went to Mars? Well, for the past 15 years, Elon Musk has been literally shooting up and blowing up rockets to try and figure out how to do that.
Millions and tens of millions of dollars at a time.
Yeah. Tens of $1,000,000 at a time. But he's just like doing it and figuring it out, because if he doesn't do it, then nobody will do it. Okay? You got to form a committee and decide, hey, should we do that? Should we spend the taxpayers' money here? Should we do it? Should we not do it? Could we be doing other things? He's like, yeah, I'm just going to do it. And that's why he's doing it, is because he was tired of waiting, okay, for somebody else to take the lead in that area. So he's just doing it.
I personally believe we should just wait for Mars to attack us and then take one of their ships and go back.
So steal, like build a defense, a capture
instead
strategy.
of taking all the time to like innovate and try to come up with ways, like we just wait for them to attack us. We take one of their ships, we'd fly it back there, and then
I think we should wait till we're motivated to go to Mars.
we should. It's a new campaign. We're gonna run for president, 2020. What are you guys running for? Well, as soon as we get motivated, we're going to Mars.
As soon as the entire country is motivated, we will go to Mars.
Plan B is we're gonna wait for them to attack us.
Yeah.
That's a winning campaign slogan right there.
I feel
It's a long bumper sticker. That's like your bumper, and it's a sticker on it. Like your bumper is a sticker. We could fit all that on there.
That's right.
Okay. Anything else here, Marshall? Anything else? We're talking about just doing it. We're talking about creating momentum by taking action, practicing your execution, to be taking action, to be building up those execution muscles. Anything else here, Marshall?
I want to give one more quote in closing.
Let's do it.
Henry Ford. Okay. Some people know him.
I have heard of him, yes.
Yeah. Responsible for
The
Ford
Motors, the assembly line. Which, by the way, do you know much about his story?
I mean, I know enough about it.
I'm going to paraphrase his story so I don't mess up the facts.
You seem very excited to tell his story,
Well,
so
because
that's what
it takes.
So this is kind of like, as a host, I go, no, tell me about his story, Dan.
Thank you for teeing that up for me, Marshall. Talking about taking action, Henry Ford started a company, motor company.
Yeah.
And I forget the name of the company.
Yeah, I can't. Ford
and it failed.
Something.
No, and it failed.
Oh, the you're talking about before.
Previous company.
Yeah.
And then he started another company because he was very convinced he could do it.
Mm.
And then him and the other like co-founders, him and the other team, got to a point where they disagreed with how they wanted to do things so much they split. That company became Dodge Chrysler. Mm-hmm. He went on to do his own thing and created Ford. So he took action. He took action, totally failed. He took action, built up this company, and then they split. And then he took action again the third time and built Ford, and that's what everybody knows him for, is Ford and the assembly line, and the way that businesses assembly line built stuff so that at scale they could sell a car for $20,000 as opposed to $100,000.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
It's a cool story. I like that story. Give me the Henry Ford quote here.
He says, "You can't create a reputation based on what you intend to do. You can't create a reputation based on what you intend to do." So, action item for everybody watching is, if you are wondering what people are saying about you, ask yourself, what is it that they see that I'm doing on a consistent basis? That's a kind of like a self-awareness thing. Self-awareness, self-evaluation.
Who am I? Well, what have I done?
Yeah. What have I done? What have I done?
What have I done today to get closer to my goals? What have I done today to build my business? What have I done today to take action to build execution muscles? Not execution like medieval times muscles, because that's a different kind of thing.
But and so for everybody that's saying, well, dang it, I haven't done anything, don't be discouraged. Dan, you used this quote a couple weeks ago. Is the best time to have taken action was 20 years ago. Second best time is today.
That's right.
Let's get started.
Get started today. continued success will come after action. Action will breed confidence and courage for you. All right, Marshall, let's dive into the daily wins here, buddy.
Yeah, I'm excited.
The daily wins.
Yep.
It'll make sense once you give us the daily win, but I want you to go ahead and give us a little bit of mojo here.
Can't give mojo, so maybe you beatbox.
Oh, can't give mojo.
No mojo.
Oh, well, I can't really beatbox very well.
Okay, well, I can bring a lot of passion.
Okay, go ahead and bring me a lot of passion here, and I would like you to bring me the passion while you are working at a very hip coffee shop.
And when you say hip,
it's like super hip. It's like they're putting birds on everything. Like they're putting a bird on everything.
A bird.
They're putting a bird on everything. They got a mustache that you can twirl at the end. You get the twirly mustache.
Like, bro.
They've got the shirts that are all buttoned up all the way to the top, like up here. Like that.
Bro.
They're wearing like cowboy boots, and it's the summer, and they're obviously from the city.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're going to work with me on this?
Yeah, I'll work with you.
All right.
Hi. I am here for a coffee, please.
Oh, yeah? What kind of coffee, bro?
I don't know much about coffee.
Oh, you want a cappuccino, frappuccino, mochaccino, bro?
I don't know those words, but can I get a cup of coffee?
You want a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
Okay. So 1 cup of coffee. How would you like that coffee to make you feel?
I guess I would like that coffee to make me feel slightly caffeinated.
Slightly caffeinated
Yeah.
or highly caffeinated or kind of weirdly caffeinated?
Well, I'm driving a motor vehicle, so I guess I would need to stick with slightly caffeinated.
Would you like a bird with that?
No, I got a bird last time I was here, so I don't think I need another bird.
Okay. So what kind of name can we put on the coffee, bro?
You can call me Marshall.
Okay. So Jeff, awesome. Okay, so 1 coffee for Jeff coming up. That'll be anywhere from 5 minutes to 3 hours because we got to brew the coffee, bro.
You got to go roast the beans right now.
We got to roast the beans, and then we got several mochaccino frappuccinos to make for you, bro.
Sure. That seems like a fair deal. How much is this going to cost me?
It's going to cost you anywhere from $11 to however much you feel to pay us. If you'd like to leave a tip for my new beanie, you can do that right in front of you, bro.
I appreciate that. Here's $11.
Okay. Now, as you wait, why don't we go ahead and get you the daily wins of the week, bro?
That was a good one.
Yeah?
That was good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Your performance was solid.
Thank you. Go ahead and dive into the daily wins of the week here, Marshall.
Okay. Daily wins of the week. Elephant in the Room, eitrlounge.com, eitrlounge.com.
What are they? What do they do?
They are a men's grooming salon.
Okay.
Currently located here in Tulsa with multiple locations and actually expanding outside of the state.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's very cool. They started only 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago.
3 years ago, and now after 3 years of grinding, hard work, all-nighter build-outs, they've become an overnight success.
Justin legitimately did physically build that first store.
It's not like he built a business. He
drove hours out of town to find the right kind of barn wood, would come back, build a wall of that barn wood. He physically built that business.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they are moving to 17th in Boston.
Now, they are currently at 16th in Boston. They have 3 locations. Why would they move to 17th in Boston?
They're moving to 17th in Boston for a bigger space, cheaper rent, and right next to a hip coffee shop.
And it all makes sense now. The hip coffee shop.
I see what you did there.
So they moved to a bigger space, which means more chairs, which means they can serve more customers all at the same time. They're paying less in rent, and they're continuing to build that business for eventually they're going to franchise that beast. So when they're all over America and you've heard of Elephant in the Room, you're like, oh yeah, I remember Marshall and Daniel talking about them on episode 39
Yep.
of the Daily Hustle Show. And you will tell your kids and your grandkids about it. It's that important.
It's very important.
That was the Greg Ostertag episode talking about action and execution and how you need to just do it. Thank you for listening. We're so glad you are here to listen to us today. Make sure you stick around for the next episode. Over there, Marshall F. Morris. Over here, Daniel McKenna. This has been the Daily Hustle Show. We'll see you next time for episode 40. Boom!